Well, hello there again, guys. Brian here at 3TR, and boy, do I have an exciting topic to share with you on this special occasion. First off, I would like to say Happy Valentine's Day to all of you out there, and I hope you're having a wonderful time with your significant other. And if you're in the same boat as me as still being single, well, who knows? There's always next year. Who knows what might happen? Anyway, going on to social media, I gave 3 different topics for my viewers to vote on exactly which you would like me to see upload today, and you guys chose for me to do a list of my top favorite video game crushes of all time. Now, this time rather, I decided to keep it really simple by picking only my top 3 favorite video game crushes because 3 totally rocks. See what I did there? And starting off real simple with number 3 on my list, going into the realm of Resident Evil, I picked Claire Redfield. Now, as much as I like Ada for her mysteriousness, and as much as I love Jill for her toughness, I have to say, Claire really stands out to me as probably the only character I feel like I actually could stay in a relationship for a long period of time. I mean, she's not as much of a fighter as someone like Ada or Jill, which means that she won't be actively going out seeking out zombies, but she's incredibly loyal, and she has proven on many times that she can handle herself. Which means that, heck, if I ever found myself in a jam, I know I could rely on her to get me out of it, and heck, she might be able to even train me in a couple of special techniques that might help me survive my own terrible situations. Another thing I also find really very attractive about Claire Redfield is that her personality is, she doesn't feel like she needs to really prove anything, and she generally cares about people. She doesn't like losing friends, and I'm sure she wouldn't like losing a significant other if that happened to be me. And on a closing note, I find redheads extremely attractive, and that's why I put Claire as number 3 on my list. Going into number 2, we are jumping into the realm of Mass Effect, and I am picking my probably favorite love interest of all time, whether I picked a male Shepard or a female Shepard. And I picked Dr. Liara. Now, aside the fact that Liara is an Asari, which obviously makes her not human, and despite the fact that in some cases Liara breaks a number of my own personal dating rules, something about dating Liara just seems very interesting and mysterious. Something about breaking all the rules and just going for it really seems like something that, if given the opportunity, I would absolutely take. Not only is she incredibly sexy, not only is she incredibly smart, but she can be also incredibly deadly too, which might want to keep me in line for not thinking about going after any other species or female humanoids. Yeah. And I really think that her mind powers would really be interesting on really testing the boundaries of my mind and really encouraging me to better myself. So I think dating Liara would really not only be incredibly adventurous and interesting, but I think it'd be probably the perfect love interest to help better myself. And that's what's always attracted me to her in pretty much every playthrough I've ever had of Mass Effect. And that's why she's number 2 on my list. Now, we're gonna go through this once again. My number 1 favorite video game crush of all time is a character that I've known for coming up about 20 years. This is probably the first video game crush I've ever had, and it has stayed that way all this time. And for those of you who've been watching me long enough, probably know she already is. And my number 1 favorite video game crush of all time has to be Tifa Lockhart from Final Fantasy VII. I don't know what else to say about this character that hasn't already been said. Not only is Tifa extremely sexy, not only is she incredibly tough, not only is she incredibly kind-hearted, but she really does embody everything that I would love, not only in a girlfriend, but in a possible future wife. What Cloud's problem is, I have no idea, because several times in both the video game and the movie, Tifa is literally throwing herself at him, but for whatever reason, he's off in his own mind. And please, don't do the whole BS era thing, because that's ridiculous. I don't know who came up with that. Anyway, what really has always captivated me when it comes to Tifa is that she isn't your typical tomboy, which I'm not really all that into. But she's not a damsel in distress. This is a woman who can literally take care of herself in a situation. And although she is extremely tough, she's not afraid to show her sensitive side. And I feel that for most girls, that's always for them may be seen as a weakness. They don't like to show that they can be vulnerable because that maybe their male counterpart will think they can't handle themselves. But I don't see it that way. My idea of a strong female, in my opinion, is someone who not only can take care of themselves, but isn't afraid to open themselves up to their significant other. And I think that a lot of females, at least in my experience, feel like you have to pick either one. You're either too sensitive and are a damsel in distress that needs to be saved all the time, or you're a tomboy who just feels like one of the guys and never needs to be saved, and therefore never feels to even be wanted. And Tifa has always managed to find that perfect balance. She's tough, but she's emotional. She's caring, but, she's, I don't know. I can't think of another word. I'm just kind of rambling at this point because I'm looking at my 2 pictures of Tifa and I'm just captivated as for what attracted me to her all those years ago. And heck, to this day, she's the only female character that I have a really, really hot-looking action figure, which my brother gave me, thank you by the way, which I don't think has been opened, and I don't think I will ever open. Maybe I'll buy a second one and just have one that I keep locked up and one that I keep close to me and continue to just look at and dream about every year. And that is why Tifa Lockhart will always be number one favorite video game crush of all time. And just between me and you guys, I'll go this far. I'm not sure if I'll ever actually meet a girl that might do this, but just a little secret. If I ever manage to actually find a girl that actually is willing to pull off a Tifa cosplay, that is some serious wife material, and I might actually propose this person within 6 months. That's how important Tifa is to me. And with that, those are my top 3 favorite video game crushes of all time. Tell me, what video game character, both male or female, depending on my viewer, was your all-time favorite video game crush? Please share yours with me in the comments down below, and if you like this video, free to like, comment down below, and please subscribe to direct me in my future videos. And like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and have a happy Valentine's Day.